Our next guest is a first-time author, but long-time reader. If books had been prom dates, she wouldn't have been so lonely in high school. She is proficient in Microsoft Excel and QuickBooks Pro, and is best known in her office as that one lady who burns the popcorn in the communal microwave. She is excited to make her literary debut with what she describes as the naughtier side of number crunching. Yes. Please give a warm welcome to the author of Go Forth and Multiply Equations for Seduction, Miss Sally Mangia. Miss Sally Mangia.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. I'm Sally Mangia, but in the boudoir, I'm better known as Sally Man-Eater. If you're like me, you're titillated by the concept of 50 Shades of Grey, but just can't relate to the character stories. I've never been flown in a helicopter by a billionaire, but I was once pushed off the slide in elementary school by the boy I liked. The feeling was not mutual, and I broke 2 teeth. His loss. As flashy as the lifestyles are in 50 Shades, I had difficulty putting myself into their stirrups and really sinking into the story. So I took it upon myself to write something for the average person, actuaries like me. And now, excerpts from my office erotica, Go Forth and Multiply, Equations for Seduction. Let's begin. Chapter 2. He first incited my arousal at the Tuesday morning staff meeting, responding to an inquiry about the wireless printer with, "Toner, I hardly know her." Then guffawing like a hybrid of Stephen Hawking and a sensual alpha wolf. A man with command of office technology humor was enough to whet my postage stamp. I watched as he unbent and then rebent a paperclip like tiny metal Kama Sutra. I was distracted by the thought of him bending me the same way. My underwear area warming up like a laminator with a job to do. Later, I could feel him watching me from behind as I reloaded paper into the fax machine, his eyes hungrily consuming my posterior like an auditor devouring erroneous tax exemption forms. He held his stare as I stood up and met his gaze. It made me nervous. And I would have sweat right through my turtleneck had it not been for the prescription strength Dove deodorant I keep in my desk drawer. I could see him clench his stapler tightly as he bit his chapped lips. I wished you would do the same to me. Chapter 4, 2 weeks later. The semi-annual asset audit was upon the office, which meant late hours and looming deadlines. The conference room was quiet, 7 of us intently reviewing inventory lists and matching to purchase values. There were worse ways to spend a Thursday night. Though papers were piled in front of me, all I could think about was him in the copier closet across the hall, scanning invoices, and probably fanning himself with a file folder.